Guys, welcome back to the channel. We got another video coming today. We've had so much going on. I don't know how it happens. This content just falls into our arms every day. The hill yesterday going up to get this skid steer, and now we're trying out the Fecon head. It's like the YouTube gods are just blessing us with good content this week. So Brax is getting ready to unload this beast. I was going to unload it myself, but he's like, Dad, can I unload it? He's got to learn to do it anyway, so I guess I'm gonna let him try to run this thing today. All right. Nice and easy. That's one thing he don't get in a hurry. He takes his time and does it where he's supposed to. Woo, that tire's about going. I've got to get some tires on this thing. All right, it's getting ready to rock on you. Just hold on. You're fine. Well, I like those metal tracks. I didn't think I was going to like them, but I am definitely starting to like the metal tracks. Good job, buddy. Look at that. 9 years old. Tell me these kids ain't genius these days. They're smart. Pick your bucket up. All right. Idle it up. I gotta teach him how to turn it a little easier without damaging the gravel. But really, I think the rubber track machines do more ground damage than this thing. I've had it on the yard this morning and it really wasn't that bad. Go to the left just a little bit. All right, forward, come on. Come on, now straight, come on. Doing good, all right. Now, all right, put your bucket, unlock it. Other way, down. You should push the red thing up and then push the switch down. There you go. Oh, that's nice. All right. Oh, that's good. All right, put your bucket down or tilt it forward. Tilt it. Pick it up. All right, now tilt. Tilt, 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 tilt. All right, keep going. All right, now set it down a little bit. All right, down. Come on. You got it. You're doing a good job. Back up. Good job, Brax. Good job, buddy. All right, kid's good. Oh, we got a light out. Dang it. I have to get that fixed. All right, so guys, this is why I wanted the skid steer so bad. Because Brax, hey, unwrap them. So this right here is my Fecon head, which I've always, since they come out, I've wanted one. I've been trying to buy one of these for years, but I couldn't afford to buy one. I had a big job I could have done to pay for one, but I couldn't afford to just go out and spend the cash on it. And I couldn't finance it because I didn't want to finance it just didn't make sense to finance. So for the last 2 years, I've traded around and traded around and traded around until finally I achieved my goal of getting a Fecon head. So this thing has 6 hours on it, and this machine should pull it perfect. So all right, guys, we're all loaded up. Got the front chain down, got the back chain down on both sides. I've got to get some more hooks on this trailer. I cannot believe all these lights work on this thing. I hooked them up to the truck. I had to fix 2 wires, and then literally every one of the lights worked. Brake lights, tail lights, blinkers. This thing has air brakes on it, which they're backed off. I got to get those fixed. And I'm going to sandblast it and paint it, straighten up this wood a little bit. This is a heck of a little trailer, 20-ton float. This is like the perfect setup. Fecon head, bucket. I got to get a tooth bucket to put on the other side. And I think we're going to be set up just right with this thing. Get some new tires on the trailer. But I mean, this is a business right here, honestly. If a man wanted to have a full-blown business, right here is what you need. Make some really good money too. That thing right there should make almost $200 an hour with that head on the front of it. So Dakota is picking up the I got a full service kit for that thing from Cat coming, and he's also picking up the adapter or the right fittings for that head going to that machine. So we're going to completely service this thing today. We're going to get everything hooked up, and then we're going to try it out. And I did go with the kitty cat oil. So this is 1540. Oh my God. Maybe I need to send that back. This is the cat oil that they recommend using this machine, but we will be switching it to Kindle or Amsoil, maybe even Rotella after this. Huh? Well, some of them, one Pete runs Rotella, everything else runs other stuff. So we got cabin filters for the air conditioner and the heat. We've got oil filters, hydraulic filters, fuel filters. There's all kinds of filters. I don't even know where it all goes, but we're gonna find out here shortly and try to get this thing all maintenanced up. Maybe I should have took it to Cat, but we don't do things like that, and we're gonna try to do it on our own and hopefully have this thing in good shape and ready to go. We're gonna grease it, and then we're gonna go do some cutting with it. So I've got a couple of jobs to do with it right here local. Got 2 properties to clean up. The way the economy's going, or the way the fuel is going in trucking and the way the rates are in trucking right now, trucking's not a for sure thing anymore. Like, I always have to have a backup plan. And this thing right here, the dump truck, the float, is my backup plan. So one thing about Tennessee, and you can look it up for yourself, Tennessee is the most moved to state right now. Everybody is moving to Tennessee because it's low insurance cost, low tax. You know, we got a really low tax rate here. It is really cheap to live in Tennessee. It really is. Like, my house would cost you probably $2 million in Chicago or New York. Here, it's a $250,000 house. All right, you can buy a really nice house in 5, 6, 7 acres here for $250,000, and where you couldn't buy that house anywhere for under $1 million anywhere else. So Tennessee is the most moved to state right now, and so me and Braxton, there's one thing that there's not enough of around here is mulching units. All right, this thing would rent out for $5,000 to $6,000 a week every week, and it would stay rented out. Like, there's a waiting list. If you call Cat right now, you can't get one for 3 or 4 months. So this thing could even, we'll just put good insurance on it, and whoever rents it has to put insurance on it. If we do rent it, then it would rent $5,000 to $6,000 a week. And if we start buying land and fixing it up, you know, flipping it and stuff like that, then it's also good for that. It's really good for clearing land without damaging the ground. It just mulches it up, and then it rots and goes away. So this right here, guys, is why I am servicing this machine, because this thing I just screwed this filter off of this thing, and look at it. Look how nasty that thing is. That's inside. That's where it screws up into the actual fuel bowl. So that thing is nasty. So here we go, guys. A new one going on. This thing has 2 fuel filters. All right, there we go. New fuel filters on. Oh, you get your ratchet on there all the way. All the way, Brax. There you go.
I know that one's tight. Sure.
Alright. Oh, it's drained. New filters on. Need to put the oil in it right now before we forget and blow the motor up. There's the oil, guys. It actually is pretty clean. You can tell it ain't been serviced in a while, though. I'm glad we made the decision to go ahead and service this thing. I had a guy just call. My father-in-law is wanting to trade me a grapple for an old car that I got sitting over at the farm. Braxton wanted to keep it, but we need the grapple more than we need the car, don't we?
I gotta drive it first.
You can drive it before we get rid of it. All right.
Is that the oil right there?
Yep. Put 3.5 gallons in it.
So 3 of these, I guess.
Oh, hold on. You don't want to drop that in the motor.
No.
All right. Bringing that thing down here, or I have to go get it?
He said that down there where it's at, muddy, and he don't think he can get into it for a day or two.
I got metal tracks. I
Because it's
can.
in his wife's front yard. He said she'd kill him if he went down there and got.
Oh, really? All right. Well, just have him send us pictures.
I mean.
Turn it off. Perfect. Boy, she fired right up, but yeah, must have a good primer pump on it. Now we got a clean fuel filter top and bottom. Fresh oil. I got to do the hydraulic filter. That's the life of these things, is service, service, service. And this thing just didn't look like it's had a recent service. So that's the cabin filter. Holy crap. That's the second one.
Yeah.
So this thing has 2 cabin filters. I don't think this one's ever been changed. Look at that.
This one ain't that bad.
Alright, so that's everything. It's full service. That's oil, fuel, hydraulics, air, inside cabin filters. All we gotta do now is grease it. We got the adapters on yesterday for the Fecon head. And now we're getting this grapple for it. We're trading one of our old cars we got sitting around. Ain't doing nothing. So we'll be trading that for a Fecon. And this thing will be set up. All I have then is some, yeah, that thing was nasty, wasn't it? All we'll need then is a set of forks to match this machine. I've got a set for the New Holland, but they're not, I need some bigger ones, something that will handle the weight this thing will pick up. So here's the cat ones, or the John Deere fittings. I need to keep these just put them up, because these things ain't cheap. And just in case I ever sell this thing and it goes back to a John Deere machine. But it works good with the cat. So now all I got to do is get it greased and get it a good detail, and I think I'll be happy with it. What do you think, Braxy boy? Alright, throw all the trash in the dumpster. We used all the oil, right? Nope. Put the lid back on that one. Need to put it up in case we ever need it. But everything else has been changed. You can throw all the old stuff away. Alright. We need to write down in our notes for the maintenance on this thing what all the filter numbers are, all that stuff, and part numbers. That way we got it in the system. And we need to put the hours down too, okay? Got it?
Yeah.
So we got to do the paperwork on it, and then we're done with it. Tire guy's here. There's some tires put on the boat trailer. What's up, buddy? Oh yeah, them look good for used tires. All right, yeah, them will work. So guys, that boat trailer down there, we're trying some bigger tires on it. We don't know if they're gonna work. So I found some good takeoffs that were pretty cheap, because we can't get new tires right now. There's gonna be 2 days to get them here. So I had to go ahead and get some used ones, which we're just trying it out anyway. So we'll try them out. If they work good on it, I'll go ahead and order a new set, have them here in a few days, and put them on there. But check these bad boys out. All right, let's go try this beast out. Got the GoPros up on top, ready to go rumble. No leaks. Oh, I'm excited. I really hope this turns out to be a good venture for us, guys. I hope it's a good backup plan. If not, I think we can sell it and make us a profit. I gotta learn out how to run this head because there's an art to it, that's for sure. How perfectly manicured the ground is now. Alright guys, sorry my GoPro's died on the machine, so I didn't get all of what we done. So I don't know if you've seen when we started, there was a big old huge tree right here. That thing just ate it. All the trees that was up, all them thorn trees and all that, we ate all them things down, cleaned the fence row up the best we could. I can't get too far into the fence row just because of the fence that's there and all them beautiful cattle we got over there in that field. So We don't want them getting out, so I tried to stay off the fence the best I could. And he's actually bringing the tractor around. I think Brax. Yep, no, that's Papa. He's getting ready to see if that thing will dig his ground up.
After you get your lever set where it just goes so low.
Tell me when it gets set where it needs to be.
Long lever, Bob.
Huh?
Long lever.
I don't believe it. Come through like two peas in a pod. Guys, I am very, very tickled with this darn skid steer. I really am. I can't say it enough. So like I said, this is our backup plan. I will be doing some side work with it from what I'm doing at the farm as well. With fuel prices being where they're at and freight not going up any higher than it is. And we were already, I mean, the boats pay pretty decent. It's dedicated work, so we're constantly working and making money. You know, consistency is where it counts. When you're driving a truck, being consistent is what matters. I mean, yeah, you can go out and get these high dollar loads, but you can't be consistent that way. Running off a load board, it's just hard to be really consistent. So this is going to be my backup plan for making extra money to make up for the fuel, because I do stick by my customers. I'm not going to be like everybody else and go out and try to price gouge them because of the fuel. It's not fair to them that they paid us good money when fuel was down, and just because it goes up, I can't just go in there and say, hey, I want another $1 a mile. So we're gonna stick by them as long as we can survive, get through this thing, and as long as we survive, we should be in the #1 position when this is all said and done and the fuel prices go back down. And if they don't, then we'll have to negotiate. But what scares me is who's gonna be riding boats with this fuel this high. I mean, you just can't go out and it's going to cost you $600-700 for the weekend. Ain't not many people going to be riding boats around.
Pressure on this cable.
Yeah, clutch rod has to.
Started thinking of it was
Ooh. I was saying you could push the clutch in.
See, the clutch won't even.
Move.
All right, guys, we got it pulled out. Sorry I didn't get the finished video and pulling this thing out. I didn't want to risk messing anything up, and Braxton had took off. Either way, we got it out, and this is why we pulled it apart. This is why we pulled the engine out. It's because you can see all the oil down here, all the oil up front. I had 2 oil leaks on this truck, and both of them are in really, really bad places. They're both front and rear structure leaks. So the cat engine is out, and everybody's been wondering, I've been wondering myself, am I going to reuse the 16 liter, or am I going to put it on a pallet, wrap it up in plastic, and put it up for later on in life? Well, let me show you guys exactly what I'm going to do. And first, I'm going to show you, like, this is all going to be pressure washed. This is all going to be cleaned out, and repaint the frame, check all my aluminum brackets, make sure everything's good there, nothing's wore out. Definitely going to be lowering this truck, and got to change the springs and stuff like that. So it's getting a lot of work. We're going to be painting the harness. Probably just going to replace the harness again. They're not that expensive, and this one's all painted up, and you can't go to a truck show with it looking like that. So I've got to get the harness cleaned up. There's a lot of things that's got to be done to this truck to make it, you know, what it should be. This truck should be, you know, a show truck at this point in its life. It's done its duty. It's got over 1 million miles on it now, and it deserves it. So we're going to be doing a lot of work to the Pete in the next few weeks. And I thought we were going to get done on it quicker than later, but we had this thing come in with a bad leak on the head, and you can see this thing's like brand new inside, because it pretty much is. This motor's got less than 100,000 miles on it. It's been through 2 drivers in the last year or so. I had Cat rebuild this motor from top to bottom. It was a platinum kit, complete full rebuild, and it come in with a leaking head gasket on this last trip. So they had to put 2 gallons of antifreeze in it from Washington to home. I think that's what they put in it. It was, either way, it was a lot. So we pulled it down. We're gonna put a new head gasket on it. We're gonna have the head checked out and stick it back on. But I mean, you guys can see this thing. It is a clean motor, super clean motor. It's a C13 with a single turbo conversion. It runs really good. It's a good truck. Just had a massive antifreeze leak, and sadly it was coming out of the head. This is the motor out of the Pete, the 16 liter. Check out this clutch. I think that is awesome. So good or replace. It's got an indicator right there. This is actually the first one I've ever seen like that. But the Pete's got all kinds of crazy cool stuff on it. Everything about that truck is pretty cool. So we're going to be pulling this front structure, and we're going to be pulling the rear structure, which I will make a video on that and show you guys the whole process of doing that. It's going to be fun, that's for sure. So that's an update on the Pete. We got the engine out. You guys got to see all about the Cat, the skid steer. I wanted to get that video knocked out, guys, because we've got mats coming up, not this weekend, but next weekend. So the Pete motor has got to be completely pulled down and sent to paint, because it's got to be sandblasted. And I don't know, we're going to put some kind of paint on it, like some really good paint that we don't ever have to worry about coming back off. We're going to paint match it to the truck. I think it's going to look pretty good. And we've got to get the scam truck done. And there's a lot of parts here for the scam truck, the Peterbilt, the Air Force cab over, and the W900. This is one order that finally came in, and we've got another one coming. So it's all the tail lights, mirrors, blinkers, lights, stacks. There's the engine stuff. Here's the cam for the 16 liter. That's the big bad boy new cam. Yep, that is the new one. It is bad to the bone. And I'll tell you guys as we build the motor what the benefits we're going to reap from that bad boy. But that's an update on about everything, guys. The scam truck, we've got a new motor going in that thing. One of my motors that I've been saving for either a cab over, and I'd actually thought about putting it in the Classic. But the Classic's got a good motor, and it'll last. I'm pretty sure it's going to last a good little while. And by that time, I should be able to get some engine kits in. And everybody's saying, hey, get online and get this engine kit from so-and-so, or this kit from so-and-so. Guys, I only use OEM parts when it comes to building a Detroit. That's the only way they'll last. That's anytime I've ever built one with an aftermarket kit, I've never had good luck out of it. So we've got an OEM kit coming, but it's going to take some more time. And this motor is very sentimental to me because it's one of the motors I started out with. We had it built by Mike Jefferson over in, like he's on the other side of Tennessee, like on the Jellicoe Mountain side of Tennessee. And he is phenomenal. This guy, any motor he's ever built for me has went 1,000,000 miles. And they're amazing, amazing motors. I've probably got over $20,000 in this engine. And we're gonna stick it in Shane's truck. It sounds crazy, but Shane works with me now. He's been working his butt off. He keeps his head down. He don't cause me any issues. And I can't wait any longer on building him a motor. I was gonna have to find a block because that's an 11.1 block and it's 11.1 crank. It don't have the piston oilers in it like the new D-Deck 4 motors do. And I have one. It's sitting there, it's doing nothing. It's a good motor, ready to go. And I'm just gonna have to part with it. And when the engine kit finally comes, I'll just build me another motor back. I'm just gonna have to find me a block to do it with. And D-Deck 4 blocks are hard to come by anymore. Everybody bought them up back when gliders were big, and they're really hard to come by. So I've got a couple that need to be sent off and worked, but they were all D-Deck 3 blocks and like early D-Deck 3s, and they didn't have the oilers in them. And that's something that you really want when you're making power. And this thing's going to be 550, 600 with that turbo manifold on it. So that's what we're doing with the Scam truck. I wanted to give you guys a video to update you on everything, because from here on out, it's going to be nothing but, like, we're probably going to try to put out a video every day or every other day to keep up with everything. We've got 3 or 4 trucks we're trying to get done in a short amount of time and get them all done, get them all out there working. I want to get my cab overs done. I'm tired of waiting, and I want to get them rolling down the road. Guys, that's going to finish off today's video. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.